Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a very, very exciting video because today Cassandra has joined us.
That's me, hi!
And what are we going to be doing today?
We are going to be doing a 24-hour readathon together. We've done a few.
We've done them over FaceTime, but like, those are fun. They're fine, they're good. But you know what's even better? Doing them in person. I cannot wait. I've been looking forward to this video for quite a while now. We are just going to get into it by talking about my TBR that I have. Ta-da. And then we'll get into reading. So, do you want to hold the books for me too?
I do want to hold the books for you.
The first book that we have is The Bands of Mourning by Brandon Sanderson. This is the third book in Mistborn Era 2. I've been thoroughly enjoying Era 2 recently. If you guys watched my last vlog, you'll hear more thoughts about that. But I did start The Bands of Mourning in my last vlog. I'm about
119 pages.
So I'm about a fourth of the way through it, and I'm really enjoying this one so far. It's kind of got Indiana Jones vibes almost because our characters are leaving kind of the normal setting that the series takes place in, and they are kind of on the hunt for this mythological object, and I just think it's gonna be so much fun. It's been fun so far, so I think it will continue to be a really good time. It's also a map. Thank you for showing them the map.
It's on brand for me. I feel like I have to.
I think so, yeah.
I'm morally obligated to show off maps.
I think that makes sense, yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was
okay.
I was like, I'll just let you continue. That's fine. The next book that we have is another one that I think is going to be perfect for a 24-hour readathon, and that is the new Holly Jackson book. This is the reappearance of Rachel Price. I cannot wait to get into this book because I've enjoyed every single Holly Jackson book that I've picked up. So, it does have gorgeous end papers as well. I think a YA mystery thriller kind of book is going to be perfect for this video, so I will be finishing this one as well, hopefully.
There's not a map, but there's a family tree. It'll have to do.
Close enough. So those are the two like normal books that I'm hoping to pick up in this video, but obviously we need to switch up the formats a bit, so I do have a little manga series that I'm going to start that I'm so excited about, and that is Witch Hat Atelier. So many of you guys have recommended this series to me, and I cannot wait to get into it because I've been wanting to read this series for quite a while. Honestly, I don't really know much about this series, but I trust you guys, so I think it's going to be a good time. Also, the art style does look gorgeous. I cannot wait. And then lastly, I do have...
Oh, sorry. I got a little too excited. I was like, yeah, give me it. Look at this. Look.
She's just gonna go in. All right.
So we have Big Panda and Tiny Dragon. I kindly, from the good of my heart, gifted this book to I gave this book to Katie. Anyways,
yeah, she did gift it to me, which was very, very kind of her. And this is, I don't even know what this is, honestly. It
feels like a coffee table book.
A little bit,
It just has little like snippets of life advice almost with like cute little drawings.
It looks adorable. I love the illustration style. Look at that. It's beautiful. And I cannot, ooh, some of them are colored. Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Look at the tiny dragon.
The way that this dragon is drawn is so freaking cute. I cannot wait to read this one.
It'll be a quick read, but it'll be just so cozy.
And delightful.
And delightful.
Honestly, cozy is the vibe for this 24-hour readathon, so this is perfect. It's very gloomy, it's raining today. I think this is going to be such a cozy 24-hour readathon, and the fact that we get to do it together in person is going to be so fun. So, yeah, here's the TBR, if you want to be so kind as to...
Oh, I will be so
kind. Hold up the TBR. Here's the TBR. Hopefully I can read them all. We'll see. We're not gonna go like too crazy with this 24-hour readathon. Like, I do plan on sleeping, but my goal has been set. I'm going to stay up until 2:30. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have my Diet Coke at like midnight, and I will be good to go. So we'll see if that actually happens. Anyway, no more rambling. We're gonna get into it. I'm going to be starting off with The Bands of Mourning because I'm already like into this one, and I'm very
so excited. It's gonna be so fun.
It's just who I am at this point, and I cannot wait to read some more of this and finish this up today. So let's get into some reading. Woo! Woo! have been doing some reading this afternoon. The weather today has just been so stunning. Such amazing reading weather. Fritz also came to hang out with us, and she has been with us for the last couple of hours, and it's just been so lovely. But I do have quite the update to give you guys on the Bands of Mourning, because I've just made it to part 3, and I'm now on page 249. So I think I'm like a little bit over halfway through the book, and I'm still continuing to just really enjoy this one. I'm having such a good time, honestly. And I think the main reason is because I love these characters so much. Like, they've grown on me so much since the first book. And I think the dynamic of the 4 main characters that we're following is so good, and it's so funny. And when they kind of get to bantering, that's when I'm having the best time. It's just hilarious, honestly. I'm also really liking the pacing of this book so far. I feel like even though we haven't made a ton of progress on the mission that our characters set out to do, there's been a lot of really good interactions between different characters, and there's also just been some really good action. I love how campy all of the fight scenes in this series feel, because every now and then they just have these really stupid one-liners that are so cheesy, but they're also just so funny, because our characters were fighting on a train, which I realize has happened many times throughout this series. I feel like there have been many train fights going on. But in the one that was present in this book, Wax like pushed somebody off of a train, and he was like, "I believe this is your stop." And it's just, it's so dumb, but it's just like my kind of humor. And I enjoy that so much. I feel like just the humor overall in this series, I just find to be very funny. Also throughout this book, I found such an appreciation for Steris as a character. Steris is the woman that Wax has like an arranged marriage going on with. And I feel like in the first book, she's kind of present, but you don't really get to know her as a character. She's kind of just there, not really doing much. But I feel like in this book specifically, we've been able to see a lot more of her personality, and I feel like her dynamic with Wax has developed a lot as well into a character that may be becoming one of my favorite characters in the Cosmere, actually. I just find her to be so unintentionally funny, and the way that she navigates the world is just so interesting to me. But I feel like she's just such a strong character, and I'm so excited that we're kind of getting to see more from her in this book. And overall, I'm just really enjoying this, and I feel like part 3 is going to be really fun, because in the first part of this book we've been getting like a lot of kind of smaller plot threads, but in Brandon Sanderson fashion. I feel like in the last part they're all going to come together, and it's going to be just a really good read. So I am quite excited to finish this up, but I'm thinking I do want to take a break on this for the time being because I want to pick up one of my shorter reads. So I'm thinking I'm going to pick up Big Panda and Tiny Dragon next. So I'm gonna go read this, and I will give you guys some thoughts on it later. Wait, this looks so cute. I'm so excited. So let's get it. Woo. Wait, no, I don't want to say let's get it. So let's get into it. Woo. Woo. Just finished Big Panda and Tiny Dragon. I can see you in the mirror. Nothing gets past me. So, I have just finished Big Panda and Tiny Dragon, and this was so freaking cute. I just had such a good time reading this book. It's basically exactly what it sounds like. You're following this Big Panda and this Tiny Dragon. Also, I love this art style so much. Like, the way the dragon is drawn is just so cute. I'm obsessed with it, honestly. But basically, you're just following this Big Panda and Tiny Dragon through the seasons, which also loved that aspect of it as well. Obviously, the autumnal section was my favorite because how could it not be? But I just thoroughly enjoyed every season, and I just really liked the kind of little bits of life advice, I guess I would call them. They're a little more philosophical, kind of just talking about, you know, enjoying the journey, appreciating the small things in life, things along that vein, I suppose you would say. And I like that as well. None of them are like, you know, super profound, but they're just nice little sentiments to remember and live by. But my absolute favorite part of this book was the illustrations. I think the illustration style is so cute, and there are so many pages in this book that I would love to just have like wall prints of because I think they're gorgeous. My favorite pages were the ones that were like showing you different uses for a leaf. So like in winter you could use a leaf as a sled. Look, he's so cute. And some of the others included using a leaf as like an umbrella.
A boat?
Oh, a boat! The first one was a boat. Look at him in his boat! He's so cute.
And I love a good boat, so.
Oh yeah, she does have a thing for boats. Big boat.
I don't know if I like to phrase like that.
Got a big boat connoisseur back here. So
not in a weird way. I just like boats.
So yeah, this was just honestly such a delight. I am so glad that I have a physical copy of this because honestly I would consider like revisiting this at the start of every season and like reading that season's section. I think that could be really cute.
Sounds delightful.
It really does, yeah.
What a good idea.
Yeah.
What a grand idea.
So yeah, thank you so much, Cass, for gifting me this lovely book.
Who is this Cass person? She sounds like
oh no, she's just
delight.
She's some weirdo that keeps like sending me things. I'm so grateful that she gifted me a copy, and the fact that I got to read it while she's here and we're doing a little 24-hour readathon definitely makes it a lot more special. So
and thematic. And
very thematically appropriate, you know? I was trying to have a nice moment.
Sorry.
Anyway, there's this book 1 down for the readathon, and it was lovely. So I am going to hop back into the Bands of Mourning. As I told you guys earlier, I'm now on to part 3. So I think I have around 150 pages left. So I'm gonna finish that up. How's the readathon going for you, Cass?
Pretty well. I'm reading The Bridge Kingdom right now. I'm about halfway through it. It's a delight. Katie said I would like it. Katie was right. What can I say?
Nice. So we're gonna hop back in for a little evening of reading. We've got the snacks ready to go.
Rearing and ready.
Rearing and ready to go. So let's read. All right. Quite a bit later now. It's like 10 p.m. but I have finally finished the Bands of Mourning. This definitely took me quite a bit longer than I had initially expected it to, but I still had a really good time reading it, so I'm not that mad about it. I'm still aiming to hopefully start and finish the reappearance of Rachel Price, but I think this is kind of long. It's like, you know, 400 and, well, maybe it's not that bad.
It's only 10 p.m. She said she was gonna stay up till 2 a.m.
I am gonna stay up until 2 a.m.
Allegedly.
She's over here talking about how she's tired. Meanwhile, I'm so raring and ready to go, okay? So don't listen to her. But as for this book, I really ended up enjoying this book overall. I think it's probably my favorite out of the 3, maybe, and I'm really excited for The Lost Metal, which I will hopefully be able to read next week. Do I want to save it for May? I don't know, I feel like I'm reading Era 2 too quickly now, and I'm not going to be able to differentiate them at all in my head. Although I will probably want to do a reread of this series at some point in time as well, so like, does it really matter? I don't know. Basically, I'm just here to tell you that I really enjoyed this. I liked how everything kind of wrapped up in the end. I thought there were a lot of interesting elements being added in there. There was also kind of a new character that was added in around the halfway point of this book that is from like a different culture than the characters that we're normally following in this series. And I really enjoyed his addition to the story and kind of learning a little bit more about where he comes from. Also, something that I just found interesting about this book is that there is an element, shall we say, that is present throughout this book that is also kind of heavily present throughout Rhythm of War, and I have no idea if they are linked in any way or if Brandon Sanderson was just like, this is cool, I just like this and I wanna include this in my book. Although I feel like nothing he does is unintentional. But like, I don't know what this means, but I think it's interesting. I feel like maybe that's all I have to say about it for now though. So yeah, had a good time. Anyway, it is now time to get into my next book, which is, as I previously stated, The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I am quite excited to get into this one. I think it's going to just be really fun. So I'm gonna read hopefully a decent amount of this. I will probably update you guys on it tomorrow. Next morning, me and Cass have been doing a little bit of reading so far, and I did indeed start The Reappearance of Rachel Price last night. I think I stayed up until about 1, so not exactly as late as I was hoping, but in my defense, Cass went to sleep like an hour before I did, so. But I have made quite a decent amount of progress in this, which I am very happy about. I've made it to page 168, so I think I'm like a little bit over a third of the way through it, and obviously, I'm enjoying it. How could I not be, really? Basically, in this book, we are following our main character, Belle, and Belle's mother is Rachel Price. And Rachel Price is a woman who disappeared 16 years ago under very mysterious circumstances. And in the beginning of this book, we are following Belle as she is finally taking part in a documentary that is talking about the disappearance of her mother. And that's definitely bringing up a lot of bad memories for her. But then it only gets even worse, because then a little ways into this book, she's walking home one day, she like stormed off the set of the documentary filming, and she sees this woman walking in the road. She kind of has a limp, she looks a little bit disheveled, so Belle walks up to her, and she's like, this is Rachel Price, just casually walking around. And obviously this is very jarring news. Rachel apparently has no clue what happened to her. She doesn't know who took her. She doesn't know where she was. So this is kind of opening up the case again. Obviously the police are getting involved and they want to kind of figure out what happens to her, you know, as one would. I wish you guys could see the slow-mo moving that Cass is doing so as not to disturb this
floor squeaks so loudly.
And to nobody's surprise, I'm just really enjoying this book. I think the mystery is really engaging and I'm super excited to figure out what's going on. I feel like we've gotten a lot of small clues that are kind of pointing to larger things that could come up later in the book, and we have been introduced to a lot of different characters that definitely might have a hand in things, you're not sure. There are kind of a lot of suspects that I have been gathering in my mind, and I do have a couple of predictions. Naturally, my predictions are probably wrong, but they are fun to have. I think Belle's a really interesting main character because she seems very unlikable at times, but also it makes sense due to what she has had to go through in her life and kind of the spotlight that's been on her for so long due to the events that have transpired. And she hasn't exactly welcomed Rachel back with open arms, but you can definitely understand why she would be a bit hesitant to do so. Basically, I'm just having a really good time so far. I feel like Holly Jackson always writes just really fun and engaging mysteries, so I'm definitely planning on reading the rest of this today. Hopefully, probably. Anyway, I'm going to get into reading and I will give you guys an update on this later. However, the readathon is officially over.
Ooh.
I unfortunately did not end up finishing the reappearance of Rachel Price. I made it to page 282. But honestly, I'm not going to officially end this video until tomorrow, so between you and me, I might finish this up later today and like give you a proper ending update about it, so hope that's okay. But I did want to give you guys an update on the things that I have read since I last talked to you. But we'll get to this one in a moment. Because first, I did pick up volume 1 of Witch Hat Atelier, and this was so cute, honestly. So thank you to everybody that has suggested that I finally give this series a try, because I will be continuing it because it was just delightful, honestly. Basically, this is following our main character Coco, who in the beginning of the series is kind of just living in her small town. She loves magic, but she's never really had access to it. But one day Coco is out and about and she ends up stumbling across a witch who can do like actual real magic, and obviously she's very excited about this. So she tries to do some spells herself, and she actually accidentally ends up like encasing her mother in stone. And this isn't something that can be easily undone by somebody who is more experienced with magic, so obviously Coco's like freaking out. So she ends up becoming an apprentice to the witch that she ran into at the market, so she can hopefully figure out what exactly she did to her mother and undo it. And that's kind of the catalyst for this entire series. But I ended up really enjoying this. I love the art style so much, and I think it's so cute. There are so many different panels that I am obsessed with, and we need to go through some of them. My favorite one being this Tower of Tomes that's just like in the middle of this lake. Like, that's so freaking cute. That's their library. Like, are you kidding me? And then there's also the place that Coco has gone to live now that she is the witch's apprentice, and look at this place. I'm obsessed, honestly. I want to live there. And I think what made this reading experience even better was the fact that Cass constantly plays Zelda music while she is reading. So I feel like that really enhanced my reading experience, because I feel like the vibes of Zelda music fits this series very well.
What can I say? I just come to provide the ambiance.
She really does. It was top tier ambiance, can I say.
I think it made her grow to respect my Zelda music.
I never didn't respect your Zelda music.
She lightly throws shade my way, occasionally.
No, she just listens to it all the time. But I think it's great. But I will definitely be continuing the series. I definitely want to go check out the next couple of volumes from the library and hopefully read them later this month, maybe. That could be kind of fun. And I will listen to Zelda music while I read them. So
I have playlist recommendations for you.
Perfect. So there is my third book done for the readathon, but as for some thoughts on the reappearance of Rachel Price so far, I'm still liking this one a lot. I think this is probably going to end up being my least favorite Holly Jackson book that I've read, but honestly that's not saying a lot because I've really enjoyed all of the other books that I've read from her. But with this one, I really dislike Belle as the main character. Like, to an extent, I understand why she acts the way she acts. But like sometimes when she is questioning people, it kind of leans more into like interrogation, borderline harassment, and the way that she conducts herself is questionable, honestly, and like a little too questionable. And to some extent, I think that is the point. But also I really enjoy having characters in books like this that I, on at least some level, like and respect. Because in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series, Pip is also like doing some questionable things, but you enjoy Pip as a character so much that you don't really dislike her for those. You just kind of think she's a little bit crazy. But in this one, I just really dislike Belle as our main character. But as for the mystery aspect of this book, I am definitely still enjoying that. Throughout the whole book, Belle is basically trying to prove that Rachel is lying about what happened to her, and the more information that we're getting, the more it definitely is looking that way. But obviously, that could be very intentional. Or maybe Holly Jackson is using reverse psychology and we're supposed to think it looks intentional and then think it's something different, but then it will end up being that.
That's some mind-boggling things to wrap your brain around.
Truly. So I definitely have like some suspicions as to what I think happened. Obviously I don't want to share those with any of you guys, but I feel like the more information we get, the more people that it starts to involve, and it's just been snowballing since I last talked to you. And that is always very fun. So as I said, I'm probably going to finish this up tonight and give you guys a proper final update about it tomorrow. But those are kind of the couple of reading updates that I had for you. Now, it's time for the sad part of the vlog because
I'm leaving.
Cass is going home. We're leaving in like 5 minutes. to go get food and go to the airport, so...
I'm still here for about 5 more minutes.
I'm not ending the vlog here, but Cass is leaving, so she needs to say bye-bye.
Goodbye, bye.
Cassandra is now departing from the vlog. I've had such a fun time doing this 24-hour readathon with her, and I think she's also had a good time.
I have. I can, in fact, attest to that.
So that's good, because I'm so glad we finally got to do one of these in person.
Me
It was
too.
so fun.
It was nice. We just gotta sit there, read, ignore each other. I mean, the best
so
time
lovely.
to spend time
Honestly,
with people.
like, I don't actually want to talk to her. Are you kidding me? Gross. I will have Cass's channel linked down below, by the way. You guys should definitely go subscribe. She also vlogged this 24-hour readathon, so you should check it out.
If you want an equally chaotic vlog to entertain you.
It should be very fun. Yeah, basically, I'm going to, like, properly end this video tomorrow because
Without me?
because I want to finish the reappearance of Rachel Price. And I also want to update my reading journal because it's been a minute since I did that, and I thought I would
leaving now.
share it with you guys. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning when I update my reading journal and I say goodbye properly.
But you should subscribe right now anyways.
Go subscribe to Cass.
I swear.
Good morning, everybody. It is now Sunday morning, so it's the day after we finished the readathon. I am so tired this morning. So if I look tired or if I sound tired, it's because I am. But I did update my reading journal, so I showed you guys a little bit of that, and now I'm here to officially end the 24-hour reading vlog. Unfortunately, I'm castless again, which is quite sad. But I had such a fun time doing this readathon with her. It was just so delightful, so lovely. So let me tell you guys about the reappearance of Rachel Price, because I did end up finishing this book yesterday. And I stand by what I said about it yesterday, in that it's probably my least favorite Holly Jackson book. I think this one was definitely a slow burn to get to where we were going. It was a lot of build-up, and then it was very satisfying in the end, but I think I just prefer something a little more fast-paced the whole way through, which is probably why 5 Survive worked so well for me. That book was so fun, and like that is definitely something that I enjoyed more than this, but I did still really, really like this one. You know what I'm saying? I think the first reveal that you get at the end of this book, you're not that surprised. You're kind of like, yeah. but then there is a second reveal that you get after that, and that one I was like, oh, no way. That one took me off guard for sure, and that is definitely what bumped up my enjoyment of this book, because I did not see it coming whatsoever. But then when I thought back on it, I was like, the clues are right there. They're right there. I feel like this is something, it would have taken a bit of extrapolation from what you get, but I think this is something that you could guess. Like, you see where the groundwork is being laid, but I am not smart enough to put the groundwork together, you know? Like, she really got me, and I appreciate that. Also, I do think Belle's character grew on me a little bit more as I read more of the book, but I still just don't really like her. And I feel like in some ways that's unfair of me to say because of all of these things that she's gone through in her life, and it makes sense to an extent why she's acting like this, but I just feel like her personality is too much for me. Like, it's a little bit too brash and harsh in some places, and I don't like the way she was treating some characters in this book. I don't know how to feel about it because Belle's gone through it, and I don't want to discount that, you know, but I just feel like there's some aspects to her personality that I really don't like. But there were also some that I did like. I feel like she's a go-getter. I'll give her that. Like, she's determined. She is strong in her convictions, and I liked that. Overall, I just feel like this is a really fun book. I would definitely recommend if you've liked Holly Jackson's other books, or even if you haven't, I would still recommend picking it up because it was just fun. Gripping, you know? Just saw the word on the back of the book. I was like, that's apt. Very apt. There are my final thoughts on the reappearance of Rachel Price. I know I didn't finish this in the 24 hours, but I thought it would be easier to just give you guys my thoughts on it in this video still. But anyway, we are now here to end the vlog, talk about the books that I did read, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. So the first book that I picked up was obviously The Bands of Mourning. I am so close to giving this book a 5-star, honestly. I'm not going to. I don't think it's quite a 5-star, but I think this one has definitely been my favorite of the series so far. It was just so fun. Like, I have been loving Era 2. I'm so excited to get into The Lost Metal, but I do want to read some of the short stories before I get into the last book in the series, because I know I need to read Mistborn Secret History, and that one's like a little bit longer. But due to some things that we found out in this book, I'm like, all right, so I need to read Secret History right now. You know what I'm saying? But there's also like Allomancer Jack and the Pits of something. He's mentioned in the broadsheets that are like pictured throughout this book, like these. You can like see him on the newspaper, and I just think that's funny. Oh, he's right there. Look, yeah, Allomancer Jack. Just Nat Fortuitous. But I know I really want to read that one. And then there's also a story that you can read, I believe, before any of the Mistborn books, called The 11th Metal, so I want to read that one too before I jump into The Lost Metal. So then the next book that I read was Big Panda and Tiny Dragon. I'm still not over how freaking cute this book is. It's so adorable. Like, look at him and his little lantern. I love it so much. I just had such a delightful time reading through this book. It's adorable. I love the art style. I would definitely recommend maybe seeing if like your library has this book or something if you want to check it out, because it's adorable, or just like buy a copy because the illustrations are, I love them so much. So very happy that I finally got to this one. Then I picked up Witch Hat Atelier Volume 1. Again, love this one so much. I've already put holds on volumes 2, 3, and 4, I think, so I will be reading them soon. It's just so cute, and I cannot wait to see where the series is gonna go. I know a lot of people really love this one, so I'm glad that I finally decided to pick it up. And then obviously I finished The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I think I only like physically read about 500 or 600 pages in this readathon time span, but I loved like every book that I picked up, so I'm going to consider this a big win. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This has been one of my favorite videos to film, obviously because I got to do it with Cass. I really hope we can do some 24-hour readathons together in the future. Definitely not anytime soon, but like eventually we will do another 24-hour readathon together because it was just a good time. So if you guys want to check out Cass's vlog, I believe she's posting it maybe shortly before I'm posting this one. Whenever it's up, I'll link it down below because you guys should definitely go check it out. Also, I will have her channel linked down below. You should check that out. But with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. Obviously, actually, I would love to know down below, have you guys read any of the books that I picked up in this 24-hour readathon? I would absolutely love to chat about any of them with you guys. Also, I would like to thank everybody over on my Patreon. If you are ever looking for more content from me, that is always linked down below. Do some fun stuff over there, so if you want to come join, you could. So I hope you guys are having an amazing Monday or whatever day it is that you are watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one.
Hey vlog, how are you? Oh no.
What?
I'm kidding.
What do you mean, oh no? You just touched toes.
Oh my god.
Oh, I did it again.
How do I look? I can't see myself.
You look beautiful, as always.
Oh.
Let's move a little bit further this way.
Oh my god. You think I'm pretty?
I might have to take it back. Look at that synchronized bookmark. Wait, look at him. They're so cute.
So cute.
Besties.
Pair tie.
Okay, so it is quite a bit later. We have indeed been doing it a bit.
Where am I?
You're so bad at acting casual.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you doing? You know I can see you in the mirror, right?
Say cheese.
Tired.
Yeah.
Sleepy nighttime.
You need that stack.
It was kind of looking nice back there, but you can take
Can I
it.
take the bottom 2 books at least?
Yeah. No, just take the stack.
Don't mind me. just gonna steal.
To steal my background ambiance.
Sorry.
Rude.
Bottom 2. Here.
Oh, thank you. The weed
whacker.
the weed whacker.
The weed whacker.
The weed whacker.
Did you ever watch Over the Hedge?
No.
Oh, okay. That was
I thought we were just doing a bit.
That was no.
There's a weed whacker outside. It's really harsh in my vibe.
Harsh in your vibe.
Yeah.
Sabra.
So, dude. Oh, fuck.
I turn around. Oh, okay.
It broke. I like that I now have that whole, like, sound bit recorded.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna set your house alight. Bloopers!
I'm scared now. Cass in her natural element.
Hey. How's it going?
So, we were saying bye-bye
Goodbye.
to Cass. Honestly,
No, you speaking to me like a toddler. We're saying bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye now. Bye-bye. On that note, be sure you subscribe to Katie. Smash that subscribe
I'm not
button.
ending the vlog right
Leave,
now.
I don't care. A little intermission. Leave a comment.
I was gonna tell them to go subscribe to you, but now I don't know if I want to.
No. Leave
Cat.
a comment. Support support the channel. Like, subscribe, and comment. 3 simple little things. That's all I ask of you.
I'm cutting this out.
Thank you. What?